Hey everyone. I know you probably are waiting for my Sonic Adventure review, but unfortunately, as you can see, someone's not here yet. I've been sitting here for about an hour now waiting. Yeah, forget it, I'm just gonna call him.
Hello?
Yeah, dude, where are you? I'm literally about to film my Sonic Adventure review. You said you were really excited about this, so where have you been?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll be right over there. Just give me a few minutes.
Alright, just hurry up.
Alright, ladies, this has been fun, but I gotta go to some idiot's review of my game. Yeah, I promised him that I'd be there, and I'm actually kind of excited, so I gotta go.
Well, while we wait for him to show up, I might as well give you a little background on Sonic's jump into 3D.
So I've already talked about Sonic R, which was Sonic's first fully 3D game. But even before that, there was Sonic Jam, released a few months prior for the Sega Saturn, which was a compilation of the classic main Sonic games. But it featured a mode called Sonic World, where you could run around and view all sorts of content such as artwork, music, and videos. This was the first Sonic game where Sonic was playable in a fully 3D environment. However, some say that Sonic's first jump into 3D was Sonic 3D Blast, released for both the Sega Genesis and the Sega Saturn in 1996. Technically, it's not actually 3D because they used 3D models that were converted into sprites, so it can be debatable. Also, as some of you may know, there was a game called Sonic Extreme, meant to be released for the Sega Saturn as Sonic's first 3D adventure, but it was later cancelled.
And that was the road to Sonic Adventure. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm here. Now can we just get on with this review?
Alright, let's get into Sonic Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast. Except I don't actually have the Dreamcast version, or a Dreamcast for that matter, so instead, I'm going to be reviewing the DX remaster that was released for the GameCube in 2003.
Hell yeah! Sonic Adventure has one of the best intros in any game ever. The plot involves Dr. Eggman. Yes, his name is Eggman now instead of Robotnik, as that was what his original name was in Japan. So anyway, Dr. Eggman discovers a creature named Chaos and wants to transform him into perfect chaos with the power of all 7 Chaos Emeralds in order to conquer the world. In each character's playthrough, you get some backstory involving this creature and the echidnas who fought against Chaos. In regards to the story, it's alright, but it's pretty basic. The animations and the cutscenes can be really goofy a lot of the time.
Oh yeah! This is happening! Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah! Whoa! Hey, what's happening here? My friend, so here we go!
So in Sonic Adventure, you don't just play as Sonic, you can also play as 5 other characters in different playthroughs of the game. Each character also has their own side story that ends up crossing over with the main plot. Sonic's gameplay is pretty much what you would expect. You run really fast, defeat robots, and make yourself over to the goal. His playthrough is also the longest, with 10 total stages. His first stage is Emerald Coast and is your warm-up stage. It's simple but fun. Sonic's playthrough is fantastic. There aren't really any stages I don't like. Sure, some of them could be better, such as Casinopolis, but they're all really fun. My favorites are Windy Valley, Ice Cap, and Speed Highway. Sonic's story is a pretty simple just stop Dr. Eggman story, which is fine for Sonic. Tails can of course fly, which is super fun, might I add. I often found myself just running and flying around the hub world as Tails a lot. He can also use his tails as a weapon, which is awesome. Tails has 5 stages, and all of them are really fun. Tails' stages involve him racing another character to the goal. Tails also has the best character-specific story too. He starts as very dependent on Sonic, and by the end he ends up defeating Eggman and learning to be independent from Sonic. Unfortunately, later games would end up abandoning this for some stupid reason, but hey, we'll get to that eventually. But overall, Tails' playthrough is amazing, and I actually like his playthrough the most of any character. Yes, even more so than Sonic, even though it's half the length. Oh, come on. Anyway, Knuckles' story is about him trying to collect all the pieces of the Master Emerald after it's destroyed. Knuckles has 5 stages, each of which involves you finding 3 shards of the Master Emerald to complete the stage. Knuckles can of course glide and climb walls. I gotta be honest though, Knuckles' stages are not really the best in my opinion. I really don't enjoy trying to locate pieces of the Master Emerald. It's such a slow contrast from the fast pace of Sonic and Tails. Honestly, there's not really a stage in Knuckles' playthrough that is fun to me. I really don't enjoy it.
However, as bad as Knuckles' playthrough is, it's nowhere near as bad as the next 2 characters' playthroughs.
Amy Rose is in this game and is one of the 6 playable characters, and she sucks. Amy is trying to protect this bird from one of Eggman's robots named Zero, and while she only has 3 stages, she still manages to be one of the worst characters to play as. Her stages involve you completing puzzles in order to bypass certain areas while trying to avoid capture from Zero. Now these stages wouldn't be nearly as bad if Amy wasn't slow as fuck. Her speed is super slow and she also has a shit jump. She can use her hammer to defeat enemies, which sounds cool, but kinda works like shit. It's also pretty sexist if you think about it. I mean, every male character besides Big gets cool things to do. Sonic and Tails have fast-paced action stages, Knuckles has to search for shards of the Master Emerald, Gamma is all about destroying things in your path, and Amy, the only female playable character, has you running away from a robot trying to capture you. Yeah. Anyway, then you get the worst playthrough in the entire game, Big the Cat. His story has nothing to do with anything involving the main story. His story is about him trying to catch his friend Froggy by fishing for him. He has 4 stages, each of which has you fishing. Yes, you heard that right. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on Big's gameplay because it's been talked about to death at this point, but all I'll say is, what the fuck were they thinking? Who in their right mind would put this into a Sonic game? It's one of the most out-of-place things in any game ever. Who would think that this would be fitting to have next to the other characters' gameplay? I know I criticized Knuckles' gameplay for being slow and not fun, but at least his gameplay makes sense and fits into the game. Big the Cat makes absolutely 0 sense and is without a doubt the worst playthrough in the game. The final playthrough is E102 Gamma, who is one of Dr. Eggman's henchmen. That's right, you get to play as one of Eggman's badniks. It's the most unique playthrough because it's from the perspective of a robot. Now, without spoiling it, Gamma's story does get kinda sad at points. Gamma's gameplay, however, is really fun. As I said before, his stages involve him destroying every badnik in order to complete the stage. You have a time limit to do this, and while that may sound stressful, it's actually really fun and pretty easy for the most part. So now that I'm done with each character's playthrough, let's talk about the boss fights. Now, a lot of the characters' playthroughs cross over with each other, so you will often find yourself fighting the same bosses over again. Sonic has 7 boss fights, and only 2 of them are exclusive to his playthrough. Sonic fights Chaos in his first form, Chaos Zero. He also goes up against Eggman in his Egg Viper for the final boss. Tails and Sonic both fight the Egg Hornet, Knuckles, Chaos 4, and Gamma. Tails also has an exclusive boss against the Egg Walker. Knuckles fights Chaos 2, which is exclusive to his playthrough, but has the same boss fight as Sonic, except this time you play as Knuckles and fight Sonic. Knuckles also fights Chaos 4 along with Sonic and Tails, and Sonic and Knuckles both fight Chaos 6. Amy has only 1 boss, and it's Zero. Big only has 1 boss, and that's Chaos 6, but it's not really a fight. The only thing you have to do is fish Froggy out of Chaos 6, which is super easy. Gamma's bosses, besides Sonic, are all of the other robots that Eggman made alongside Gamma. So those are all the boss fights, and for the most part, they're actually really easy. The only bosses that I found challenging were Chaos 6, Egg Viper, Egg Walker, and E101 Mark II. But wait, the game isn't over yet, because once you complete every playthrough, there's a new one that unlocks called Super Sonic, taking place after everyone's playthrough, which is just a final boss with Chaos's final form, Perfect Chaos. Sonic transforms into Super Sonic, and you have to dash into him a few times. You might have trouble with it the first couple tries, but overall it's not that hard. And so with that, Sonic Adventure ends, and I have to say, I really like this game. I honestly wasn't expecting to like this game as much as I did, because for years before I played it, I constantly was hearing negative things about how the game hasn't aged well. I was worried that it was going to be another Mario 64 situation, but I'm happy to say that it wasn't. Sonic Adventure is a great game. I know I complained a lot about Knuckles, Amy, and Big's playthrough, and while that's still true, the good things of the game make it worth it, and it's enough for me to give the game a higher score. I'm gonna give Sonic Adventure a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Well, I'm glad that you're satisfied. Anyway, what's next on the list?
Well, according to your schedule, the next game isn't a Mario or a Sonic game.
No Mario or Sonic? What else would I review besides Mario and Sonic?
Oh, come on, Arron. I think we both know what other games you could review.
Yeah, I'm not following you.
Oh, come on, just look around you.
What are you talking about? There's only one Halloween game, and that was for the Atari 2600.
No, you idiot. I'm talking about Spider-Man games.
Oh, Spider-Man. Right. Huh, well, I guess that'll be interesting. So I guess next time we'll be looking at Spider-Man for the Atari 2600.
No, try again.
Oh, I mean Spider-Man for the Game Boy.
Wrong again.
I mean Spider-Man for the N64 and PlayStation?
There you go.
Alright. So yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.